I'm Nick Oig. Later in the show, I'll give a preview of the teams that have survived March Madness this far and will be playing in the Final Four.
Hi, I'm Joseph Tanner. Coming up, you can find out where your Chaminade athletes will be going to college and get information on the past service trips.
Hello, I'm Kelly Farron, and later on in the show, I'll talk about the Emerson Young Artist Show and give a recap on how Chaminade athletics are doing.
Like in the past years, this March Madness has been filled with upsets and now have most of us focused on the actual quality of the games because our brackets have been busted long ago. The Final Four this weekend, which will be played in Atlanta, will be a fun one as the #1 overall seed, the Louisville Cardinals, will stack up against Tommy Radowski's own Cinderella, Wichita State Shockers. The Wichita State Shockers are a 9 seed that had to beat the likes of Gonzaga and Ohio State before they were able to arrive in Atlanta. On the other side of the bracket, you have the Michigan Wolverines squaring off with the Syracuse Orangemen. Michigan has been riding momentum after having knocked off KU in overtime in the Sweet 16 and then taking out Florida in dominating fashion in the Elite Eight. The Orange have their share of momentum as they took out Marquette in a rematch of their Big East regular season matchup. As you can tell, be sure to tune in this Saturday as the Final Four will live up to its expectation with some great games. Joe?
Thanks, Nick. This past Tuesday, Chaminade seniors signed their letters of intent. These seniors include Ryan Kiernan going to McMurray to play baseball, Brendan Carney attending William Jewell to play baseball, Jack Hummel will be playing basketball at Christian Brothers University, Andy Kleinline playing basketball at Washington and Lee, Nick Babinski playing football at DePaul along with John Cusimano, Matt Killen is going to Missouri S&T to play soccer, Jason Pizak will go to Brown for soccer, Curtis Shillingsford will play soccer at DePaul, and Davis Stoll will be going to the University of Missouri in Kansas City for soccer. They have worked hard and it has obviously paid off. Congratulations, fellas. Now Kelly has some news on the Emerson Young Artist Show. Kelly?
Thanks, Joe. Congratulations to Craig Bushcutter, class of 2013, Gary Cunningham, class of 2014, and Stephen Mayo, class of 2015, who had their work juried into the Emerson Young Artist Showcase of 2013. Their work will be displayed from March 29th through April 21st at the St. Louis Artists Guild in Clayton. You are invited to meet these artists and attend the show's opening on Thursday, April 4th from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Dress is business casual. And now Gary has a movie review.
Hi, I'm Gary Cunningham, and for the first week in Indie Review, I'll be taking a look at the 2010 film Rubber. Written and directed by Quentin Dupieux, the movie starts out with a group of people in a desert who are given binoculars by a mysterious man. These people take the binoculars and get ready to watch a movie. This movie, however, is actually a series of true events in which a tire becomes animated and starts to sort its way through life. Eventually, the tire realizes it has psychic powers and learns to use them to blow up different objects. The tire quickly finds its way to a main road where it sees a woman driving a car. The tire stops the car with its psychic powers and attempts to blow it up. The tire, however, is interrupted when a truck runs it over. The rest of the movie is based around the tire searching for this woman while leaving a pile of dead corpses with blown-up heads behind it. While the tire is on a rampage, the police in the area work to chase down the rogue rubber wheel. I won't spoil the ending, but let's just say that the tire doesn't give up so easily. While the plot for this movie may be beyond ridiculous, it has solidified itself as one of my favorite dark comedies. The minimalistic style is also a great touch. The movie does have some faults, though. The pacing is a bit slow at times, and the movie is very self-indulgent. Other than that, I would highly recommend this movie to anyone with a warped sense of humor.
Thank you for that, Gary. Although the St. Louis Billikens were eliminated in the second round against the Oregon Ducks, people here at Chaminade are still buzzing about the Bills because of the work of Chaminade's middle school counselor, Mr. Kurtz. Mr. Kurtz, a St. Louis University alum, created a rap video at the start of March Madness. The song was entitled Started from the Bottom, Bills on Top. On YouTube, this video has surpassed 7,000 views. Here's a small sample of it.
I remember taking the bus to an empty Scott trade, freshman NBA 10 after Conference USA. North Carolina came to town. filled up the whole place like damn, man. Wish that would be us someday, but my hopes, man, invisible ropes, man. Cause I was hanging on to something that was nothing. And even though I dreamt about it, I could not have planned that we'd be holding that trophy 8-10 champs. Thought it would finally turn around when we got Majerus, but we kept falling down, blown out, embarrassed. And those next few years didn't get much better. Fewest points in the game, we achieved that record. But when the shape opened up, my friends felt the buzz. Almost every single game, cheering, showing some love. But a lot of people gave up and forgot to show up.
Now to Kelly, who is going to talk about what's going on in the Chaminade sports world. Kelly?
Thanks, Nick. Chaminade baseball is coming off 2 bad losses, losing 15-0 to SLU High and losing 13-6 to Parkway West. The baseball team is currently struggling to get their first win at home, and they have a current record of 1-3. Hopefully they will be able to figure things out when they host the Fiani Griffins today at 4:15. Next, the Ultimate Frisbee team has their first game coming up on the 14th. They've been working hard in practice, so hopefully they'll be able to pull off a win. Then, the Chaminade lacrosse team suffered a 7-4 loss to Lafayette. Chaminade water polo team beat Clayton by a score of 13-9. Good job, guys. Now Joe has some news on the Chaminade service trips. Joe?
Thanks a lot for that, Kelly. Over spring break, Chaminade students gave back to the community. A group of students, along with Mr. Beckvar and Mrs. Struckoff, went to Joplin, Missouri for tornado relief. The group worked with Catholic Charities of Southern Missouri to assist with home repair projects and, most importantly, meet with individuals affected by last May's tornado. It was truly an eye-opening experience to see a majority of a town destroyed by one of the deadliest tornadoes in our nation's history. Another group of students, along with Mrs. Harrison and Mr. Stout, spent most of their spring break doing service work in downtown St. Louis. The group volunteered at North Grand Neighborhood Services, Karen Cabot House, and food outreach over the course of 3 days. Throughout the trip, the group was exposed to different needs and injustices happening in St. Louis, and they were challenged to reflect on ways we can work to care and support those people in need. This Saturday, Chaminade will host an event for the Honor Flight Program. The Honor Flight Program St. Louis chapter was started by 2 local women passionate about serving veterans. The program's goal is to raise money for the remaining World War II veterans to take a charter flight to Washington, D.C. to visit the World War II Memorial. There will be hors d'oeuvres and cocktails for the coat and tie event hosted in the Skip. There will be over 1,000 flags on campus along with a half track. That's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joseph Tanner.
I'm Nick Oleg.
And I'm Kelly Farron. Thanks for watching this week's broadcast. Have a great one, guys.